Check futures, please. Where are we on the market this Friday morning? Well, the Dow's down 100, but the Nasdaq is continuing its movement upward. It's up nearly 100 points itself. You better take a look at Netflix. They delivered monster earnings late yesterday. 5.1 million subscribers added in the quarter. Half of all their subscribers signed up for their ad tier. But we're hearing a lot of people don't like it. Anyway, that's another story. Adam Johnson,
Sure.
what are you hearing about this ad tier?
Well, I have mixed feelings about that, and I don't own the stock. I wish I did.
It's not a plus for Netflix if half the people take the ad tier because they're making less money.
Yeah, that's right. And, you know, personally, I hate ads. So I would actually much rather pay a premium to get an ad-free service and not be interrupted. So, yes, there is some question as to how it plays out. But I think the bottom line is that they keep adding subscribers. And they're doing that not just here in the U.S., which is a function of the crackdown on password sharing, but overseas. Asia has turned into one of their biggest growth businesses, if you will, right? You wouldn't think that that would necessarily play, but it does. And that's what they're doing right.
What do you got, Lauren?
Well, I think what the ad is, we can tolerate listening and watching the ads, and we're less inclined to cut the service. So you're a loyal viewer. They retain you, and I think that's where it's a win for them.
Where's the stock
They've got
going?
the eyeballs.
733 now. Where's it going?
Well, it's probably going higher. It trades at 30 to 35 times earnings, and the earnings growth is, somewhere around 8 to 10%. So it's starting to get a little rich, but they keep putting up the numbers quarter after quarter, Stuart.
Okay, you like it. Do you own it?
Yeah, I don't own it, the reason I don't is, they spend $8 to $10 billion producing content every year on a revenue base of 35 to 40. So they're putting a lot of money back into the business in order to generate that content. It's working, but that's why I haven't bought it.
Oh, quick question. Does the rally, and it is, we have seen a rally on Wall Street.
Oh, you better
Is
believe
that because Trump looks like he's winning?
I think that's part of it. There are a lot of reasons to like the market right now, from GDP growth of 3%, earnings growth of 10%, inflation on the way down, rate cuts. But also, yes, I think the market likes a Trump victory because it is lower taxes, fewer regulations, drill baby drill, which is a tax cut for everybody.
Okay, listen to what Musk had to say while campaigning for Trump in Pennsylvania. Watch this.
Federal government is spending America into bankruptcy. And that's really what leads to inflation. Efficiency is not simply about reducing the size of government, but making sure that there are incentives for excellent work. America is being smothered by overregulation. It's like I call it slow strangulation by overregulation. Fundamentally, if the current trend of strangulation by overregulation is not turned around, we will never get to Mars.
Adam, is he a big-time political influencer?
I think he is, and the people who have bailed on Twitter would say, of course he is, and that's why they bailed. They don't like his particular pitch. I love Elon Musk's pitch. I love the fact that he came to this country and through his own grit, hard work, creativity, rose up in the way we all aspire to. And as far as regulation, he just hit the nail on the head. I'm reminded of Ronald Reagan, the 9 most dangerous words in the English language. Yeah. We're from the government, and we're here to help. Elon Musk wants to get government out of the way. Donald Trump wants to get government out of the way. I love it. And yes, Stuart, I think you're right. That's why markets are rallying.